In trading, just like any other profession, experience beats everything. Typically, most traders follow a similar path and repeat the same mistakes several times before the lesson finally sinks in. What separates the new trader from the experienced one is not how they define entries or which trading method they utilize, but it goes much deeper than that. So today I will share my experience with live trading and reveal several important lessons I've learned in the past 12 years. First lesson is to see your system or strategy as a whole and stop focusing only on entries. If you ask a new trader what he believes is the most important component of a trading method, he will name entries. The reality is that traders who spend all of their energy and time on entries alone will never find trading consistency. A trading system or strategy is made up of many different components, and all are equally important. The experienced trader is clear about every part of his strategy. Often, traders keep a business plan to make sure they have a thorough understanding of their approach and don't miss anything. The second lesson is that each indicator and tool is designed for a very specific situation. A big mistake many traders make is that they pick one or two indicators or tools and they try to apply them to their charts all of the time, regardless of which market phase is present. For example, a moving average is best used during trends, and it fails during consolidations. Oscillating indicators like stochastic or relative strength index are more effective during ranges and not during trends. Momentum indicators like the average directional index or the MACD can be used during trends but fail during consolidations and pullbacks. So you need to be clear which type of trader you want to be and which market phase you want to specialize in. And only after that you can pick your tools, whether it's indicators or price action. For example, if you prefer to trade breakouts, you can use a combination of price action, trend lines, moving averages, support or resistance, or other tools. There's no need to complicate your strategy by adding oscillators, because they are useless for this setup in particular. But if you prefer range trading when volatility is low, oscillators are a great tool that can help you with confirmations to make informed decisions. Bottom line, you need to specialize if you want to trade successfully, and you have to pick the right tools for your chosen strategy. Another important lesson is to always honor your stops. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You place a trade, and you are initially disciplined and set your stop loss to 50 pips for example. But after the trade goes in negative mode, almost hitting your stop, you decide to double your stop to 100 pips. Next day, when the price is again near your stop loss level, you move it even further, and so on. So from losing 50 pips, you end up losing a lot more. That's a classic mistake. Amateur traders have a weird mindset and see their stop loss levels as something that work against them, and for that reason, they will often stop using them altogether. The experienced trader honors his stop loss and he sees them for what they are. A stop loss doesn't only allow you to perform a very clear risk management, but it also eliminates emotional decision making. Having a stop loss in place once your trade idea is proven wrong is one of the single most important trading concepts. Next lesson: stop overcomplicate your strategy and simplify your method. Trading is never easy, but it can be simpler. At one point, most amateur traders start believing that if they add an extra layer to their strategy, they will be able to make better trading decisions. But more isn't always better. The professional trader is very clear about his approach. Although he knows that trading isn't easy, he understands that it has to be simple. Clear rules for every part of your system, a thorough understanding of what defines you as a trader and what your edge is, are the main characteristics of the profitable experienced trader. The more complex and cluttered your charts are with indicators, the more you create a phenomenon that traders call analysis paralysis. If your charts get so cluttered with information and offer you contradicting signals, and you often find yourself saying that it could be a long trade, but maybe it's a short one, then it's time to simplify your trading right away. Another common mistake is when a trader picks multiple indicators that show the same information and ends up giving too much weight to the information provided by the indicators. The more complex a trading system is, the more confusing it is to understand it, and the more difficult it is to implement it. You want to have a strategy that will give you enough trades, robust enough to adapt to changing market conditions, and which has a positive expectancy with your trading edge. This includes not only your methodology, but also your money management and your psychology. Number 5. Stop watching the profit and loss when in a live trade. New traders always have their floating profit and loss open, and once in a trade, they can't get their eyes off of it. Watching your profit and loss change with every tick creates emotional pain, and it leads to impulsive decisions. With experience, traders stop watching how their account balance fluctuates and start focusing on what is really important: trade management and making the right in-trade decisions. The big problem with watching every tick when you're trading is that it leads to emotional decisions. This results in situations where natural price fluctuations look like complete reversals, causing you to exit your position prematurely. Such decisions are not driven by real price context or systematic trading plans, but are rather the result of your emotional overreactions. This was a big problem for me when I started trading. Although my trading strategy was probably decent, I was unable to execute it because I watched every trade, tick by tick, and every time the price went in the opposite direction, I ended up closing the trade manually, scared by the speed of ticks. This is my new mindset. Price always fluctuates and may not always go in your favor the minute you get in. You need to accept it as a trader and stop following the profit and loss tick by tick. Another important lesson is that trading success doesn't happen overnight. Unfortunately, I see many traders enter the markets trying to make a fortune overnight. These traders, fueled with ambition and high hopes, view trading as a lottery ticket rather than a high-level skill that takes years to develop. The reality is that expecting to strike gold within a short period of time is a naive assumption that relies heavily on pure luck. Becoming a consistent trader takes time, hard work, and oftentimes failure, so you need to be realistic with your plans to achieve your goals. Some of you may be familiar with the book The Outliners by Malcolm Gladwell. In his book, Gladwell claimed that it takes roughly 10,000 hours to master a skill. I'm not proposing that you need to spend that amount studying the markets before you can become successful. I'm just supporting the idea that mastering the skill of trading requires consistent practice and studying. Like in real life, there is no replacement for hard work. So you need to study educational courses, observe the markets, paper trade, place real trades, etc. The more ingrained you become in the market and the more hours you put in, the better you will be. Next lesson: avoid rule breaking and repeating mistakes. It's really incredible how often the amateur trader will repeat the same mistakes over and over again, while always getting the same results. I've done it myself in my first years, entering trades prematurely, widening my stop loss, taking too much risk, or adding to a losing trade, until I realized that if I want to make it in this business, I needed to stop repeating mistakes and start learning from them. Losing money when you make a mistake is one of the quickest ways to force you to learn from your errors and get into a position where you don't make the same mistake again. As time goes by and you move through the trading cycle, you will inevitably come across losing trades and you will inevitably make mistakes. It's important that when you do lose, you realize your mistake, you analyze the whole setup, and try to avoid the rule-breaking mistakes the next time you find a similar setup. Number 8. You need mental toughness. The market will constantly throw losing trades at you, and you need to bounce back. In my first years of trading, I felt discouraged every time I lost a trade, or when my strategy failed to produce the results I expected. I wasn't mentally prepared for the game. With years, I realized that losing trades are constant, and even most successful traders will have losing trades every day. Daily profits can still occur despite those losses, but only if the losing trades don't discourage you. If losing trades cause you to lose focus, you're more likely to miss or skip the next trade, which could be a winner. Losing streaks also occur. You must stay focused and rational through a losing streak and not let the loss of capital affect your judgment. The reality is that it requires mental toughness to stay focused when executing your trading plan and realize when the market isn't providing you with good opportunities for your strategy. In the end, nobody's trading or investing journey is a straight road or an easy path. That's why understanding the work involved in becoming a consistent trader will allow you to take a realistic approach to your trading. Remember that successful traders aren't born, they develop through continuous learning and constant work. If you learned something new and found value, give us a like to show your support. subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to stay notified when we release new videos. Until next time.